G'day everyone, this is the Tremulus Lune. If you just saw my last upload, you'd know what it sounds like. This is going to be the build report on the actual pedal. I built this one a couple of years back, so I'll just be going over some of the important things that I remember about this build. To start off with, you might notice on the front of the guitar pedal I've got two lights. I've got one for the LFO and I've got another one for the engage. If I turn the effect on, the engage comes on. Hit it again, the engage turns off. The LFO is always on. I've seen some people wire these up so that only the LFO is on when the guitar pedal is on. So there is only one light on the front, and when you hit the button, the LFO will switch off. I didn't want to do this myself because I wanted to know what speed the LFO was when the guitar is turned off, when the guitar pedal is turned off. So even when the guitar pedal's off, I know what speed the tremolo is set to. So before we look at the inside of the guitar pedal, I just wanted to bring up the project file and talk about a couple of things. There are two empty pads on the side of the layout, this one and this one. These are the two pads that I connected my LFO to, in case you're wondering how you actually connect that particular LED. The Tremulus Lune uses an LDR. You can buy a pre-made LDR with a VT L5C2, as it says there, or you can make your own. So if we look at the build report once more, actually it says at the top, the LDR should have a light resistance of 5K and dark resistance of 500K. If you're going to make your own LDR, I got mine from FutureLec. They have a miniature photo cell here that has 5K and 500K. If you're in Australia, you can just order off the futurelec.com website, and the photo cells are available there. For some reason they're not on the Australian website, but they still deliver it to you anyway. It must come from a different location. The pre-made ones are about $5, whereas the photo cell on its own is actually only about 25 cents, so you can see that they're a lot cheaper to make yourself. So all you need is the photo cell and a LED, and you can put them in shrink wrap. Put a piece of shrink wrap over them because they have to be dark, although the inside of your enclosure is probably going to be dark enough as it is anyway, but if you put some shrink wrap over it, it'll make it even darker. So this is the inside of the guitar pedal. It's not the most attractive gut shot you'll ever see, but this was an earlier build of mine, so they kind of get better as you go along, as I've said in some of the other videos. I left off the fine tuning pot. I didn't think that it was really necessary, and I'd read that most people said that they found it to be unnecessary as well. With the LDR, I actually had to put a trim pot in parallel with the LDR to lower the dark resistance, because I found that with 500K dark resistance it would actually go a lot higher than that. Apparently this is something that LDRs can do. They can go up to 10 or 20 mega ohms. Even when they say dark resistance of 50K, they just continually increase. So to stop that from happening, I put a trim pot in parallel with the LDR. This trim pot's 100K, but I've actually got it turned to the left, so I think it's probably only set to about maybe 10 or even 5K. I found that sounded the best. So if you build and you have a popping noise, maybe try putting a resistor, try a few resistor values, and just bring down the dark resistance, because it'll just continually climb, and it gets to 10 or 20 mega ohms, and the circuit doesn't like it. It kind of disconnects and pops, so that was no good. One other thing I wanted to mention too with this particular build, the pot values are a little confusing. I've actually written the pot values on the backs of the pots. I did this the other day because I wanted to just tell you what pot values I use, so that if you're a bit confused about what to use, you can compare it with your build. So I'll just read those out. Depth is 1K linear. Symmetry is 500K linear. Speed is 100K audio. Smooth is 500K linear. And spacing is 500K linear. I highly recommend the symmetry mod. In fact, I highly recommend replacing the fine tuning pot with the symmetry mod. It'll probably be more useful than the fine-tuning pot. If you watch the sound demo, you'll see towards the beginning of the sound demo, I'm turning the symmetry pot to the left and the right, and you can hear how the waveform changes. I think it changes it from square wave to triangle, so it's definitely a mod worthwhile doing. You'll have to go to the Common Sound website to check how to actually wire that up. It's it's a little bit confusing, but if you have any troubles, try and draw up a schematic or work it out, and if you get stuck, maybe go to the Do-It-Yourself Stompbox forum and have a search around there, and if you can't find it, maybe ask somebody on there and they should be able to draw something up for you. It's a little difficult for me to explain how to do it because I wired it up a long time ago, and to be honest I don't remember, and I had to sort of work it out as I went along. So that's the Tremulus Lune. It's a really versatile tremolo. I highly recommend it if you're looking to build a tremolo. You might need a bit of experience with building guitar pedals before you tackle this one. The LDR and the mods and things can get a bit confusing. Nothing you couldn't work out if you have a little bit of experience or electronics background, but definitely not a first build that you want to attempt. If you want to see more do-it-yourself guitar pedal demos and tutorials, check out my channel. I have a series of tutorials stepping you through the process to build your own guitar pedal, so make sure you check them out. And thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.